We're not live on Fascist Book, but we're still coming at you underneath the Newton, Georgia heavily chemtrailed sun simulated skies. You're about to receive the shock treatment. Take a look at this, folks. I've gone over this many times. So has RFB, so has Dane Wigington, so has Matt Rogers, so has Stranger Than Fiction News. What do you see up there? Zipplane, but they ain't going to Mexico. Nah, they're not going to Tijuana, do you wanna? They're not going to Cuba. They're not going to the Caribbean. They're chemtrailing you. They're spraying you like a roach. 20 million tons of aluminum annually. And that's not all. Other heavy metals such as strontium and barium, desiccated blood cells, desiccants, aborted baby cells, viruses, chaff are among the list. Cadmium. Look at that sunset. Is that a sun? Put that in quotes. No need to ask. It's the sun simulator. Look at the stripes on the horizon. You think that's normal? Look at the arc at that. That's not normal, folks. None of this is normal. The X marks the spot. Who are they Xing out? Take a look, folks. It's time to look up. None of this is normal. None of it. I heard that it snowed in Hawaii. Was it just on a tall mountaintop? And then you got them, they're coming out and admitting it slowly. They just want to say, well, you know, it's, Harvard says it's solar radiation management. We have to do this because of the radiation levels. No, this is what's causing the radiation levels to be even worse, because all this stuff gets trapped in. You think everything gets released at night, all the heat from the aluminum, strontium, barium, heavy nanoparticulates, heavy metal nanoparticulates that does trickle down into the air column and into every living thing? You think that's allowing the heat that builds up during the day to escape into space? No, it's trapping it. There's your global warming. There's your climate change. And in 1 minute you got one publication saying that it's getting warmer, and then another it says it's getting colder. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? What? These nanoparticulates are trickling down. They look at us as not hardware, not software, but wetware. Wetware. So that's the way they look at us, as wetware. And wetware meaning that we're 70% water, and when this heavy metals comes down into us, they can turn up the juice on the 5G, on the radiation, on the cell towers, and they could tamper with you. They could tamper with your frequencies, they could tamper with your health, your breathing, the whole 9 yards. So we're more like objects. It's transhumanism is what it is. They're trying to transform us, and they're spraying us like roaches in the process. All this causes higher risk in autism. The C word that rhymes with answers on the rise. You want to know why? You want to know why? Well, take a look. It's in the vaccines, the heavy metals, and the mercury, and they're spraying it in the air. And it's going in all plants, insect life, according to Dane Wigington of geoengineerwatch.org, is about 90% extinct. We've had a 40+% extinction rate of animals and wildlife in the last 40 years since the early 70s. And the chemtrailing has been ramped up. It's causing worldwide, global, or plain, however you want to say it, weather whiplash, chaos. And it's not getting any better. It's going to get worse. You got weird looking scenes like this. I want to roll that beautiful beam footage back. This is from the channel That Is Impossible. But take a look at that. What is that long tornado-like funnel that's going on an angle coming out from that sheet cloud, which is bullshit if you believe that that's real. If the fake news weather channel is telling you that's real, since when does clouds come in a square form like that? Do you see that? This is happening all around the world. Crazy weather, and it's getting worse. Bad weather in Victoria, USA, bad weather in China, bad snowing in Hawaii, fire tornadoes in Paradise, California, directed energy being used, chemtrails from the sky, and AI rollout. Everything seems like it's becoming more and more unnatural. According to Dane Wigington, lead researcher and founder of geoengineerwatch.org, none of the weather that we have now is natural. So when you look at that sunset and look at that clouds and pink clouds, pink. Since when? Pink. Did you hear that? Pink clouds. Look up, folks. They want you always and constantly looking down, or looking, at the sports and every statistics of every little thing on TV as far as sports team, your favorite sports team is concerned, the stats. But you don't know what the hell's going on in the big picture. And that's exactly where they want you. Exactly where they want you. They want you to be distracted. They don't want you seeing the big picture. And when stuff like this does happen, they'll slap a funny, nice little, comfy, cozy little label on there, and call it a day. Oh, that's the wispy cloud, and they'll start telling you how it forms. That's not a chemtrail, that's a CONtrail. Here's the reason why. So there's a lot of bad stuff happening all around the world, and a lot of it, a majority, is man-made, but it's not necessarily us on the ground, us common folk. It's the power structure, it's the beast system, it's the New World Order rising, it's everything ungodly that's doing this. And I don't see you or me going up in a plane and dropping heavy metal nanoparticulates. It's just the elites. It's the elites. And they're trying to control the weather. The military actually says, the Air Force, by 2025, they'll own the weather. Just like they want to own you. Just like they want to own me. They want control. Full tilt control. Don't you get it? Full tilt control. And look at this. Since when is that normal? None of that's normal. Did you know that according to Dane Wigington, lead researcher of geoengineeringwatch.org, they're putting the name escapes me right now, the phrase, but it's surfactant, that's what he said, surfactant, if I'm saying it correctly, which makes it more slick, the snow. And since when does snow roll up like that? Roll it up, my homeboy, huh? Rolling up the snow. I never see anything like this in my life. It's unbelievable. But people don't question this. They just think this is normal. They'll take pictures of it. They'll upload it. They'll laugh. They'll laugh at stuff like that. I was at the Kroger last year, last fall, and there's 2 rainbows up in the sky. Since when? No rain and 2 rainbows. And everybody in the parking lot was taking pictures and laughing and thought it was a joke. That's not a joke, folks. Everything is getting screwed up thanks to these jackasses that are hammering our skies with all kinds of toxins. And you wonder why birds are falling out of the sky. And in The Hague, 5G, they tested it in The Hague, and the birds just dropped dead, all in that area. So that's coming to a town near us and you. You see all these big cables, these fat cables they're putting out, and these fat telephone poles. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed the array of heavy, thick gauge cables they've been putting up lately? Have you noticed? Well, if you haven't noticed, you might want to take a gander. They're putting it all in place, the 5G, they're ramping up the chemtrails. Bizarre things are happening. Stranger Than Fiction News talks about this. China releases a fake picture of the moon, but China did put that they landed on the moon. Fake. That's fake news right there. But they did put up a fake moon simulator, a fake moon. So there's a lot of fakeness. Our weather is fake. It's real in the extent that we have to deal with it, but it's not the way God. It's not God's nature that's doing this. It's man playing God. That's what's happening right here. And click the link below from Richie from Boston. Why are they spraying us? Why are they spraying us? And click the link also, which you're seeing right now, from That Is Impossible. Bizarre things. That looks like a UFO. Look at the white simulator, the sun simulator. It's unbelievable, but nobody questions this. Don't you remember when the sun was golden? Don't you remember that? Don't you remember the big puffy clouds? Since when is this normal? The big puffy clouds and the hologram right over there, and that we had in yesteryear, and now everything's flat and lines in the sky and X's and a white floodlight. It's not normal, folks. But click the link below. Click the links below. Richie from Boston, profile tonight, and the footage right here you see also from That Is Impossible. You'll get to hear it, you'll get to see it, and all the details and imagery. We're living in perilous times, folks. If your soul isn't right with Jesus, you better get it right. It's a good suggestion right there. You're not guaranteed tomorrow, and you're not guaranteed your next breath. No one is. Get your soul right with Jesus, because time is running out. Perilous times are here. Look at the freak show up in the sky. It's absolute insanity. Until next time, you've received a shock treatment.